I am participating in the 25 and 5 8 and Boo readathon this weekend. It was technically supposed to be Friday and Saturday, but my Friday was just way too busy, so I couldn't swing that. So I'm doing Saturday and Sunday instead, and I thought it would be fun to film a little vlog. I'm also filming a little like an Instagram takeover for Book Sparks this weekend, and might as well take you with me. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm in the car, if you couldn't tell by the look and loud sound. And I didn't get a chance this morning to really explain the readathon I'm doing. It is a mini readathon that 25 and 5 hosts, which is typically when you read 25 hours worth of reading in 5 days, but they're doing like an 8 and 2, but they're calling it 8 and Boo readathon this weekend. And the goal is just to read 8 hours in 2 days. So I read about an hour this morning of A Little Life. I really am trying to make a dent in that, and it just feels like I'm not, but I also am story-wise, but page-wise, I need to devote more time to it for sure. And I have a little bit more time to do that today. I also am just about to go on my journey for Book Sparks, so I thought it would be fun to take you along with that. And I have an ungodly amount of books with me, so we'll see how that goes. But I think my first stop is going to be Blue Bottle, because that's the only, that's my truth, and I think I need to share that, so I'm going to start there. I'm like forever in love with the aesthetic of the outside and inside of this building. It's just so freaking pretty. Fun little story, there's a little grate like right here, and I got to come here with one of my really good friends when it was pouring rain outside, and I stood on that grate and fell right in the middle of the street in the pouring rain, half my body. So good stuff. It's little truths like that that remind me probably why I shouldn't vlog. This is pretty crazy because I'm filming that thing for Book Sparks, and I came to Blue Bottle, which is one of my favorite coffee places here, so it had to be the start. But it's also where Wes and I came after we had finally made the decision that we were going to move to Berkeley, and I don't know, I feel kind of like emotional about that because we took a picture right here. And I wasn't planning to announce it in this moment, but now I feel compelled to, because I finally have told my work and everything. But we are planning to move to Seattle at the end of the year. And it's just crazy to think about like everywhere we've been and everything we've done in Berkeley, and that we'll be starting a new chapter so soon. And I'm super excited about it, but there's something really nice about getting to do this little tour of Berkeley for Book Sparks and kind of reliving all of what I've made home here. I don't know. Too many feels. Also, I just disclosed to you about falling in the hole, so I don't even know what you think of me right now. I'm so excited, but I'm also so confused because I just got book mail from Soft Skull Press, and I have no idea how they got my address, but this looks so cool, and I would totally want it. I'm just very confused as to how they got my address. And I got Book Sparks mail. Well, let's see what it is. Oh, I've been so excited for this one. Oh man, this was like one of the reasons I wanted to do the fall reading challenge. Also, I had to recently take my licensure exam, and as a celebratory gift to myself, I bought the stupidest thing, but I'm gonna show you it now. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Wow. And it's 3D. Let's see if you can see it. Nope, that's not gonna work. Wow! There's little skeletons. You can't release a Halloween palette and me not get it. Good morning. Okay, I'm back. And would you look at that? I'm a person that tried her new eyeshadows. Oh, the things that excite me. I've made a significant dent, I feel, from what I have been doing, into a little life. And now I'm like, okay, I'm in it and I'm committed, and it like flows much faster for me now. Where in the beginning I had like a bunch of other stuff going on, and felt like this isn't a book that you can like put down and come back to, and all the things that come with that. If they're like small spurts, that you should put it down like definitely at the page breaks, and even better if it's like at the chapters. But the chapters are pretty lengthy, and I think that when you're busy that can be pretty challenging. I actually don't think when I had originally started this readathon I was going to start Lullaby. I think because I'm so much more invested in A Little Life, I'm probably not going to read that for this readathon, but I am still reading I Am Still Alive, and I've never read a book that's like a survivalist kind of book. I'm not that far into it, to be completely honest, but I do really like that story and that idea. I don't know, it's just not, I feel like the closest that I've come to that is like Into the Wild, which was a different kind of story like that. So, and I changed the shelves. Look at that. A little better. We're like getting different bookshelves, so that's why it's sort of just been like, whatever. But for now, that's pretty good. So yeah, it's Sunday, and I have like real life things that I need to do, like clean and laundry and things like that. But I do just want to get a little bit more done in terms of reading. I feel like I've read probably like a total of 5 hours so far. So I don't use like a timer. I'm not like that rigid with it. That is too much pressure. But I do have like a rough estimate of each time I've read. So we'll see. I am in such the predicament because I keep going back and forth between A Little Life and I'm Still Alive, and I'm just too invested into both stories now. I'm Still Alive it gives me, I realized like the closest thing I've read to it is The Great Alone. Not at all the same story at all. It's purely the same setting. But it's so, how do I even describe it? I don't know. I'm just so interested by like, it's like a mixture of The Great Alone, Wild, Into the Wild. I don't know. I'm so intrigued. And it's also like a father-daughter story, but like so far not the greatest one. And super sad. So I'm just like entrenched in 2 really heavy emotional reads, and A Little Life, I'm realizing like I was under the impression, and I'm still not sure because I'm almost halfway, but I felt like the way that people talk about this book is there's like this one big thing that makes it like this gut-wrenching experience, and maybe that's the case, but I think that it might just be that throughout this book you're just slowly it slowly unveils like more and more emotional content, which just makes the entire experience just a little bit heavy to unpack. Which, like, I'm here for it by all means. Like, that's fantastic. I also appreciate how it's kind of like longitudinal. That's like my favorite kind of research, so it really meets my needs. I like that you get like peaks of the past and are like watching this group of friends like throughout the different phases of their life so far. And there's times where I'm reading this where I'm like, am I just totally off on what's going on? And that's purely because like I'm trying to keep track of like who's being talked about and at what time. So I'm really excited to like digest this and process this a little bit more with like others that have read it, so that anything that has become confusing to me because of that switch, I can get some clarity on. I think that will be fantastic. But for the rest of Sunday, we just finished season 2 of Ozarks, and we are now starting The Haunting of Hill House, and we watched the first episode, and the like creepy image of like a creepy person. I'm not describing this well at all, but like haunting stories are like by far my favorite. Like my favorite horror movies are like Amityville Horror and others that aren't hauntings that I'm now realizing what is wrong with me. But I definitely like those kinds of movies and shows, and so far this is already really well done, and I'm excited to see what it's like. They also are the kind that scare me the most, so we'll see where this one ends up. But everybody's like raving about it, so it's gotta be scary, because nobody raves about things that aren't scary. So it's like 10:30 on Sunday. I'm probably just gonna keep reading and then go to bed. I was folding laundry and then put on The Shining, because that's what you casually put on while folding laundry, and got sucked into that for a minute. But I'm gonna keep reading. I definitely met the 8-hour mark, so I'm excited about that, and I'm really grateful to everyone with 25 and 5 for creating that readathon, just because it definitely like gave me the motivation I needed again. So you can see my hand in my glass. Oh, I gotta go to bed. Thanks for watching this weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.